Alright, what is up YouTube Importer here? We have a whole new chunk of cards coming out of Rising Rampage for us to cover today. I'm very excited for this. So let's dig into this. So Rising Rampage will be reaching the TCG in July 2019. You know what that means. Fun stuff is on the way. So, the normal spell card, you can only activate a card with this card's name once per turn. We don't currently have the name. So you can banish face down one monster that cannot be normal summoned or set from your hand or that you control, and draw 2 cards. We actually got some pretty good support here for Infernoid, actually, as it says here. Now, with this being a hard once per turn, my first general complaint about this is just that, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to max out on this, take full advantage of multiple copies. It is what it is. I'm not necessarily opposed to abusing this card in numbers, but I almost feel that they were a little bit too cautious with this. So yeah, it's a very good card. I do like where they're going with this. But yeah, alright, so this was also another big one. So this is the Link Male Archfiend. He is level 4. His arrows are really fucking weird. Blah. So it has to be 2+ monsters, including a Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, or Xyz. So I mean, hey, Mirage Dalio gets a chance to participate in the dinner parade, which is good, right? So if this card is special summoned, you can target one Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, or Xyz monster that you control, or in your graveyard, all monsters your opponent controls lose attack equal to the attack of that monster. So, I mean, you can get a nice little power down on things, but this is a Link 4, so I don't know how much I want to commit to that. Your opponent cannot target monsters you control that were special summoned from the extra deck with monster effects. Okay, that's pretty interesting. This card be destroyed by battle or card effect. You can banish one Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, or Xyz monster from your graveyard instead. I do like the protection clause that they're trying to give to this guy, but once again, this is a Link 4. Alright. How often am I going to be able to get out a big McFaddington like this? So, he doesn't do anything to extend combos. So, there's that. Alright, moving on along here. Alright. So, we actually have... Aha, we're jumping over here. Alright. Magical Stone of Spell Salvation. Ooh. So, continuous trap card, you can only activate one card with this card's name once per turn. So, activate this card by banishing one face-up monster you control, or one monster in your graveyard. Special summon this card as a normal monster, spellcaster attack, with the same level as the banished monster. This card is also still a trap card. That's terrible. Why would I ever want to play that? Alright. This thing. Sextet Summon, as in 6 types of cards. So you can banish 6 monsters with the same original type, but different monster card types. So Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, Pendulum, and Link from your hand, graveyard, or face up on your field. And special summon one monster with the same type as banished from your deck or extra deck. So this lets you bypass summon things. I really wish this said ignore summoning conditions, because if I'm committing 6 types of cards to something like this, this thing better be rewarding me in the best possible way. And it doesn't do that. So, like, where's the reward in this huge commitment? Moving on along. So this is interesting. So this is called Shade Curtain. So you can only activate, or you can only use each of this card's first and second effects once per turn each. So if a card you control will be destroyed by a battle or an opponent's card effect, you can destroy this card instead of one of those cards being destroyed. So this generally grants you a magical cloak of invisibility to make sure that your stuff is protected. And then if a card your opponent controls will be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead of one of those cards being destroyed. So it also grants a protection-like clause from the graveyard. Now the only thing I see with this being good, anything, is you summon one of those monsters, you guys know, those boss monsters that can't attack the opponent directly. And much like in anime fashion, we would banish this from the graveyard to prevent the monster that we're attacking from being destroyed so that we OTK them literally the next turn. Like, that's the only way I see this card ever seeing any sort of play, but it's pretty questionable outside of that. Alright, so this is Belitzer. So Belitzer, you can only use this card's name's effect once per turn, okay? So if this card is special summoned to a zone a Link monster points to, destroy all Link monsters linked to this card, and then destroy all other monsters linked to the destroyed Link monster. We have a detonator, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I really wish that this included an effect to allow itself to special summon to a zone that a Link monster points to, but we don't get nice things. It's how life works. I can't complain about it too much, but man, had we been able to get this guy out much easier, life would have been grand. Now, this is the big bad boss monster that I've heard so much about today. I've only heard positive, crazy things about this. So it's Divine of Double Planet Avita, name subject to change. It stands at 3,500. Think about that. That's an apex for so many cards. This card cannot be normal summon. You only special summon this card from your hand if there are 8 different Link monsters in both players' graveyard or field. And you cannot special summon other monsters for this turn. I hate this summoning condition so much. The special summon of this card cannot be negated. Alright, that's good. When this card is special summoned, you can shuffle back all monsters in the grave or field or banish back to the deck other than this card. Both players cannot activate an effect in response to this. Woo, we got a spell speed 4, baby. But the thing I heard about this was, oh my god, like, Orcust are so good with this. Hee lol, and then it's just like, it's not that good. Like, I understand that it's supposed to be the big bad boss monster for this arc, but like, this is pretty questionable. Oh, Charmer Lore. Oh, yes. Our boy Ranryu's here. So you can only control one Ranryu, much like the other restricted clauses that we've had on them. If you control a spellcaster monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay, I like that. If this card is destroyed by a battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target one monster in your graveyard with 1,500 attack and 200 defense and special summon it. More spellcaster extenders. Maybe we'll see an Orcust spellcaster deck someday where I can just unload all my friends here and do my thing, because, you know, while they're good for what they are, it's, I don't know, it's a good card for what it is, but I don't know, man, like, leaves things to be desired. Alright, Fury of Fire. This card is always treated as a Salaman Great card. I think we've learned our lesson. So, you can activate one of this card's names once per turn. So, special summon up to 2 Salamangreat monsters with different names from your hand or graveyard in defense mode, but negate their effects. For the rest of this turn after this card resolves, you can only special summon monsters from your extra deck once. Alright. Cheese it, guys. We've learned our lesson. You're only getting one summon for the turn. Sorry, I hope you didn't want a reincarnation summon. That would be really disappointing, right? Alright, now we have some stragglers to talk about here. With what's left over on the organization. Alright, so we're actually getting Master Scales of Libra. It's a normal monster. Pendulum Effect. Declare one level from 1 to 6 and then target 2 face-up monsters you control. Till the end of this turn, reduce that monster's level by the declared level. If you do, increase the second monster's level by the declared level. And then it's just our normal monster. We're getting a trap card called Draw Game. You can only activate one card with this card's name once per turn. If a card on each side of the field is destroyed at the same time by battle card effect, each player draws 2 cards. Why the fuck would I ever want to play that? We've already read Avita. She's the 3,500. She is a Cyberse. That's actually interesting to know. Extreme Nova Blast. You can only activate one card with this card's name once per turn. Banish 2 monsters that cannot be normal summoned or set. Okay, that's that. We've already seen Sextet Summon. Spell of Salvation. Oh, God, I hate that stone so much. Obstruct Curtain. We've already seen that. Psychic Implosion. During the battle phase, target one face-up monster you control. Use life points equal to that monster's attack, and that monster's attack is doubled until the end of this turn. During the turn you activate this, you cannot attack directly. That's really good. Miss Kate Barber. At the start of the battle phase, you can target either this card or one monster that this card points to, banish it until the end of this turn. That's a Link 2. That's actually really good. Magistery Ritualist. Each time a spell card is activated, place one spell counter on this card when it resolves. During the main phase, remove 3 spell counters from this card. Target one of your banished spell cards and added one card with the same name from your deck to your hand. That's really good. Holy crap. Reversible Beetle. If this card's normal summon, changes card and all other monsters in the column to face down defense mode. Flip shuffle this card and all other face-up cards in the column into the deck. Holy crap. Cosmic Blowing Colder. If you control a wind monster and this card is destroyed by a battle card effect, and special summon this card from your hand, turn spell and trap card from your deck to the hand. It's pretty good. Voletzer we've already read. Fury of Fire we've already read. Alright, so we got some new stragglers for Dino Wrestlers. When a Dino Wrestling monster you control inflicts damage to your opponent, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense mode. This card in the monster zone other than Dino Wrestling monster you control is targeted by an opponent's card effect. So you get targeting protection. We have a level 2 here. During damage calculation, when another down wrestler monster you control battles an opponent's monster, you can send this card from your hand in the graveyard. Your battling monster cannot be destroyed by battle, and your opponent's battling monster's attack is halved until the end of the turn. And then during the end phase of this card is in your graveyard, because it was sent there during this turn, you can special summon this card from your hand, but banish it when it leaves the field. That's interesting. And then we've already read Storm Dragon for Spellcaster Special Summon. So what I'm getting out of this is we have some interesting stuff coming our way, but what do you guys think about the new cards? Please, if you're coming down below, tell me what you guys think. And well, guys, I'm out. Peace. The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a Truffle Shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out Vanquil40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.